All right, they say the younger generation is turning a bit more conservative. We can only hope. A very young conservative says he wants to flip New York's 3rd congressional district back to red after a Democrat won George Santos's seat in a special election, something we'd like to forget, the Santos experience. Bill Cotter is a Barstool Sports personality known as Billy Football. Cotter has launched a grassroots campaign focused on the younger generation. 25-year-old has been working hard to get his name on the ballot for the Republican primary in June, knocking on doors, getting the signatures, and he's doing it even in his own office.
Anyone here live in New York's District 3? Do you live in New York's District 3 by chance?
If I could vote, I would vote for you a billion times.
Thanks, dude.
Let's go, man.
Anyone here live in New York's 3rd congressional district? We could have more meat in our sandwiches if inflation wasn't that big of a...
Yeah! Yeah! Down with inflation!
I don't want to be doing this, but I have to, because we're getting sent down the river.
Bill Cotter joins me now on the set. Bill, thanks for coming in. You're a 5th-generation New Yorker. You're a Long Island kid, it sounds like. Your district is that you're going for is the wealthiest in New York. It's North Shore, Long Island, and a little bit of Queens. Tell us your plan and what. You're 25.
Yeah.
Tell us, how did this happen?
Well, the founders did set the earliest age to run for the House as 25 because they knew that young Americans had the biggest stake in the nation's future.
Yeah.
So, my family's from Queens and the area is amazing, and just seeing what's going on out there. Recently, Officer Diller, who was killed in the line of duty.
Right.
I grew up taking the subway, going on the Long Island Railroad, 9, 10 years old. You would never allow your kid to take the public transport nowadays with all the crime that's happening. There's shootings, there's stabbings, there's people running around New York City just randomly punching people in the face who are on their phones.
It's terrible.
The situation's getting out of control. We're not supporting our police. My grandfather was NYPD, and to see the impact in the bus that a lot of our law enforcement are being thrown under is extremely saddening, and we need someone to take action. And I wish, it's a lot of hard work.
More people would, right? More people. It's a lot of hard work. But I mean, I want to talk about just generally politics. I mean, I think a lot of people are really worried about the future of this country. One thing that I keep hearing, and I do believe is true, is that the pendulum is swinging, that younger people in this country it seemed like 5 years ago, everybody that was young in this country was a socialist, and we were all just terrified. I feel like there is a swing back to normalcy, back to, maybe if it's not even conservative, back to the middle anyways. I do think that the company that you work for, Barstool, is a big part of that. It's given young people a place of just normalcy to go to. That's not indoctrination. It's just sports, and it's just real people being real. And I love that. My question to you is, how do you get these young people, how do you get them out to vote?
Well, first thing is you got to show them. A lot of them are waking up to the situation. And honestly, if you take a lot of college kids who were in college during the pandemic, high school kids who were in high school during the pandemic, they saw a lot of their youth get robbed. I mean, imagine like proms were canceled, like just classic staples of the American childhood were taken away by government officials, essentially. And they're all kind of like, hey, wait a second. And, a blink of an eye, 2019 to 2024, that change, it's a trend on TikTok. It's so shocking to see, like, oh, I was living a normal life, and now here I am in the real world. The job market's terrible. Wages have not grown. And
can't buy a house.
Yeah, savings.
Good luck ever buying a house.
Yeah, your savings are getting robbed by inflation.
Right.
I talked to a bunch of my friends, and some of them are working as investment bankers, should be high earning jobs. I'm like, hey, you able to buy a house in the next 5 years? And they're all like, no, absolutely not.
Not one they want.
Those are the ones you assume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the messaging.
The situation is kind of like, hey, wait a second. What happened to the American dream? What happened to feeling good about not only this country but state? I mean, New Yorkers are.
And if you want to get it back, you got to get out there and vote. I think is the most important message. Yeah.
It's ridiculous that New Yorkers, classically, stereotypically across the country, they consider themselves as the best, and like New York's #1. But we have people leaving New York by the thousands,
rapidly fleeing.
Like, think about, to defy that stereotype, how that's happened.
Exactly. Bill Cotter. Well, I like the message. I do think it will ring true. I think there's a lot of people out there that feel just like you. What happened to this country in the last few years? We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much.
Bill. Good to see you. All right, you too. All right, after